Good afternoon, guys. I just wanted to go on a little earlier today and kind of talk about some of the things that have been coming up. So, taking some time out since my work day is over because I am headed off to South Windsor pretty soon for my Friday night afternoon tilt. Week four. Let's talk about some of the challenges in week four so far. First thing I need to start off is by saying thank you to all the officials for being flexible. This weekend was very, very difficult, but it wouldn't have been a success if some of you weren't as flexible as you were. I also want to thank some of the guys who came off the bench, made themselves available when they weren't to help us fill those last couple of slots. We had a couple of guys go down with injury. Most notable was Jay Mitchell, first new member, got messed up his knee pretty bad in the freshman game yesterday. So our thoughts and prayers are with Jay. His injury sounded pretty serious, but hopefully he can bounce back pretty quickly. So that's one thing. So always safety is always first, guys, when it comes to us, which is why we talk about controlling your sidelines and making sure everybody is back, officiating from the sideline and then moving in if need be. It's very important that we continue to maintain safety, not for just the players' safety, but definitely for ours first. Again, my thanks to everybody for being flexible with the scheduling. On the flip side of that, I just want to say that the scheduling didn't have to be as difficult if officials would continue to maintain their availability in arbiter. Too many guys we've reached out to where we assign them. They were either blocked or we assigned them, they were open, but they declined the assignment because they were out of town or they were going away for the weekend or they had made other plans or they were at a lacrosse tournament. If that was the case, I understand things come up, but you should be blocked if you're not available to work. So it's very difficult to try to assign you to a game, have you decline it, to go to the next guy, to have the same thing happen, to then just have to go to the old way of calling every single person to find out if they're available. It's something that's going to have to be looked at. I don't want to have to go to the fine route, but I don't know if it's going to have to be a game where we just take a game away from you where you didn't maintain your calendar. I don't know. I'm just thinking ahead and thinking outside of the box right now. But again, as we approach the next week, week 5, again, I ask you guys to continue to update your availability. You have to do it. Hopefully this Triple E threat is going to go away. I understand that there's a possibility of some frost on Saturday night into Sunday. So I'm not sure that's going to affect the entire state or the game or the areas that we officiate in. But let's just pray for a deep frost to get rid of this Triple E stuff. Going into next week, we have 11 games on next Friday. So far, 3 games have already changed. I believe 1 game went early and 2 games have moved to Saturday. One of the games that went to Saturday, they've already changed times a second time. So I am not going to sweat the changes that are going to take place over the next couple of days. We do have a very light schedule next Saturday. Prior to taking on these games, we only had 3 games next Saturday. So if schools want to play, I'm going to try to push them to Saturday instead of going early on Friday. We can accommodate more schools that way. So again, guys, if you're available next week, please either open up your calendar or block it out if you're not available. I should go back and thank some of the college officials who continue to let me know when they're available. Guys, keep an eye on Ron Patry coming off an injury. Make sure his old ass is protected. All right. So, Ronnie, my thoughts and prayers with you. Stay upright. Again, we're starting October, so pink is going to be the season color of choice for a lot of players with socks, adornments, armbands, and things of that nature. Guys, we're not the fashion police, but just, do the right thing and make sure that everybody is properly equipped, and kind of overlook some of the things that we need to do. The shields and things like that still need to be, a clear visor and things of that nature. But, let's just kind of take a light pass at some of the things. Speaking of that, there was a tragedy this past week. One of the the coaches that we represent. Stafford, Coach Mazzone, lost his father in the plane crash that occurred at Bradley on Wednesday. So to the crew that is going to do that game, there's going to be heavy hearts, probably, definitely a moment of silence to honor Coach Mazzone's dad. Please wish our condolences out to the coach and his family one year there. So just be mindful of that. Ejections. Each week we've had an ejection. So can we please not have an ejection today or tomorrow at any level? You want to throw somebody out in Peaks League or the CTYFL, have at it. But let's not try to have any CCAFO, CIAC ejections. I'm getting tired of sending those reports off. So if we can do a soft ejection, I'm good with that. But let's try to avoid the paperwork. And that's pretty much all I have, guys. This is very light, a very different, unique situation. As I was thinking about this situation with the Triple E going on now, I don't expect the problem's going to get better. It's probably only going to get worse, which makes me think about next year. Just taking some notes to put in my journal of things to kind of take away to kind of look forward to year 2. I want to probably reach out to the coaches and the athletic directors when they make the schedule. I think we need to be proactive about this Triple E situation in September and early October. Is this a situation where we're going to be playing more games on Saturday or playing during the day? Do we have to have some Thursday night games? We were affected this Saturday because of SATs. A lot of the schools were willing to move their games from Friday to Saturday morning, but unfortunately with the SATs involved, they just couldn't play early. They had to play later. When the week started, we had 20 games being played on Friday. We were in an overload situation. Now we have 16 games being played on Saturday. So that just shows you how quickly things can change. So it's important that you stay available, but it's also important that you block out your calendar if you're not available. It makes my job a lot easier. Whether we're trying to fill a varsity assignment or a sub-varsity assignment, when we see that you're available and we reach out and you're not, it just causes more headache and more confusion. So I would appreciate going into this week for October 11th and 12th, if you can definitely check your availability and go ahead and update that block as we speak. So good luck to everybody who's going to be taking the field this afternoon. Hopefully you guys have a crowd. Otherwise, the communication should be strong, good signals. It looks like it's pretty windy out there, so be mindful of that. We have a few night games today, I believe. Let me just check my calendar scheduling. I believe Simsbury is a night game. Farmington is a night game. Suffield Academy has a game. And I believe Dana Turnquist, your president, is in Plainville. So if you want to go there and heckle his ass, have at it. There's nothing he can do. He can't throw you out. Use your card and get on the sideline and really, really give him the shit. So that's what I would do if I was available. But I think I might be at happy hour drinking my sorrows away for the week that was week 4. So enjoy, stay healthy. If you need to reach me, I will be doing an afternoon game, so I will be available, a normal after 6 o'clock. But with the Triple E, 90% of the games tonight need to be done or be concluded by 6 p.m. Same with tomorrow. All the games will be done by 5:30. So it's a rare situation. So if you have a spouse, a girlfriend, or a significant other, and they're looking to go out Saturday night, you can't lie and say that, hey, I have a game. So you really got to take a sub-varsity check and go out and splurge for a nice meal. So be safe. There is no meeting this Tuesday, so I will not be speaking to you on Monday. We will reconvene. And I did forget to mention this on Tuesday night. The assignment committee, guys, we are going to have to meet at some point soon. It's time to start talking about playoff crews and things of that nature. So I will send out a communication to the assignment committee to get that ball rolling, and then we will go from there. But in the meantime, stay safe, and I will see you around.